Welcome, everybody, to the Thursday edition of the Impact Implosion. As always, my name is Seth Draken, and with me is Mike Poland.
Hello, everyone. It's probably already left by now. Cut the music.
Yeah, this week's episode is going to be called Sting Gets His Job Back for One Night and Sucks.
Although the show was pretty good.
I know, the show pretty good. Sting was a horrible GM.
We also have some
doing
news
the one
this week.
thing he said he was going to do, not doing it at all.
What did he, yeah, he's like that security guy in every cartoon.
Yeah, like
That's
he's
the
supposed
worst job,
to.
wow.
You'll find out later what he does. We'll start off the show with. Actually, we got to start off with some news. First of all, Velvet Sky is gone from TNA.
Now, did they let the pigeons loose, or did she leave on her own?
She requested the release.
Okay. Dang it, then I can't use a bit.
Too bad. And also, one that's... There are new tag team champions in the Japan. In the
Joe
GHC.
and Magnus won.
Yeah, they won the GHC heavyweight tag team titles at Noah's show at July 22nd.
It's the first news I've heard from GHC in, like, several years.
Yep. So they're now tag champs. In Japan. Wonder if they'll do that. They'll try to change the title hands on Impact. Hopefully not. Hopefully not this time. Because that was a crapshoot when that last time happened.
Yes, that whole thing with with Booker T and Steiner and 3D and the British guys and Beer Money.
British. It was Team 3D. It was Team 3D and the British guys.
Yeah, the Brits.
Yeah. By the way, I should go to the Bound for Glory series since there were some tapings last week. Not tapings, shows.
Matches.
At the live event in Aberdeen, Washington, Rob Van Dam pinned Robbie E for 7. Yeah, Aberdeen, Maryland. God damn it. Rob Van Dam got 21 points after a 7-point pin of Robbie E.
Robbie E back to doing what he should do in the series.
Yep. Robbie, not to be outdone, Jeff Hardy got 28 points with his 7-point pin on Mr. Anderson.
Yay! Good for him.
In the live event in Brooklyn, New York, Mr. Anderson recovered, got 30 points by pinning Robbie E for 7 points. Now, AJ now has 14 points because he pinned Jeff Hardy after getting 7.
Interesting.
Which I'm sure was a good match.
It should be on Impact, but it's on a house show instead.
Well, yeah, it's on one of those base brawl things that they do at baseball fields, minor league baseball fields, where they just set up a ring at the baseball place.
Oh yes, I've seen shows like that.
Yeah, wrestling used to do that all the time. In fact, WWE was famous for that.
Yes, they did the show at Shea Stadium back in the 80s.
Yeah,
1980.
Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan. When Hogan
Bruno Sammartino versus Larry Zbyszko.
Now there is news that Impact Wrestling may be going live indefinitely because Spike TV has talked about it.
Not a bad move.
I know, not a bad move, but as of yet, no decision has been made. But there have been discussions keeping Impact live since this was only set for the summer, and during the fall we'll be back to freaking tapings, if scheduled.
I'd prefer it live, actually.
I do as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that is all for the... Oh yeah, Kurt Angle's Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame award was auctioned off. But yeah, he lost that. And since a wrestler was in this movie, The Dark Knight Rises finished #1 in the box office this weekend. Although I didn't see him in it. I'm sure he was one of the extras.
Yep. Uncredited.
Yeah, it happens. Anyways, let's get to the Impact Wrestling results, because that's what we're here to do. We start off the show with freaking Sting, who...
Hogan's not here.
Yeah, Hogan's still hurt because of aces and eights, but Sting is okay. Sting is better now, and he shows up, and Dixie gave him the reins, as she mentioned.
Because that worked so well the last time.
Yeah, she gave him the reins for one, not for this, as interim GM until Hogan comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's calling them out. He's calling out aces and eights, but instead, because he is the world champion, Austin Aries comes out instead. Aries says,
he calls out aces and eights.
Yeah, he does as well. And then
if you haven't caught on to a theme,
Kurt Angle joins them, which leads to Bobby Roode, who says they can relax because he's not here to fight them, but he also doesn't have their backs either. He just claims to know who is behind X, and says his ex-partner James Storm did it because he is jealous of. Rude says, yeah, jealous of them all. He's jealous of them all, you all. And that's the kind of person he really is. Storm doesn't help his case by attacking Robert Roode, instead of basically saying, hell no. But basically...
doesn't help his case later on, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. He didn't have to attack Robert Roode. But anyways, Jason Hervey caught up with Roode outside, and he said everyone should stop questioning him. And he was Storm's partner, so he knows the truth. Then he takes his luggage and says he's leaving. We then have our first match, which is a Knockouts tag match. Yes, the Knockout.
God. This is fine, but...
Yeah, this was a fine match, but I made the joke about Earl Hebner being the referee.
Oh, God. That's what's not fine.
If you don't remember, Impact will surely remind you that Madison Rayne has a crush on Earl Hebner and mapped out with him 2 weeks ago, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So, conflict of interest.
I wonder what's going to happen here.
Yeah, conflict of interest here. We had a screwy fall, which I'm guessing they said Mickey James kicked out, although I think both of them were in pinning positions. It was one of those double pins. I don't know. It looked kind of...
It looked what?
Madison Rayne and Gail Kim win.
And we'll have a four-way between these four next week.
Yeah, because there will be a fatal four-way next week. Winner gets Brooke Tessmacher at Hardcore Justice.
And I hope Earl Hebner's not the referee for that one.
Yeah, they should really just... Yeah, I'm sorry. He is the referee. Okay, if you're wondering, it was Madison Rayne and Gail Kim versus Tara and Mickey James.
Yes.
Anyways, Sting finds Austin Aries backstage. And you remember when I said he sucked at his job? He passed off the responsibility of naming
the X Division guys to Aries
room as the number one contender for the X Division title, because last week on Open Fight Night they didn't do a title fight.
Yes, they did, didn't they? Didn't Zima Ion face Dakota Darso?
That wasn't a title match.
Or is that 2 weeks ago?
It's 2 weeks ago, and that wasn't a title match. That was non-title.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. He shirks off the responsibilities and hands it off to Austin Aries, of course. Because he has to deal with aces and eights. Notice the rabbit ears when I say that. and Aries to help him out make the right cuts. Aries says he's gunning for aces and eights too, and he doesn't think he can do this. But Sting is adamant. It says do it. So, and then we had our TNA gut check. Well, actually, I think we didn't have eliminations yet. Aries just entered the room. And anyways, we had our TNA gut check with Sam Shaw, who was attacked last week, and this week is going to have to do the gut check and the judges' correlation in one night. By the way, last week I said I had no idea who this kid is. I did some digging. This kid is a Florida independent wrestler, graduated from 3D Academy, which should tell you right there.
Tell me what?
Because 3D Academy people were Rosie Lotzalove and Rob Terry.
Oh, God. Yep.
Yeah. We're in fine hands here. So, and also, he was, if you don't remember, was a pay-per-view called Hardcore Justice in 2010, where it was basically an ECW reunion show.
Yep.
So plenty of times they couldn't get the actual wrestlers, so they had to get backups. One of these was Lupus, because the original Lupus of ECW kind of retired after many injuries, so he ain't showing up.
Who the hell is Lupus?
He was one of the members of Raven's Nest.
Oh.
Flock of Seagulls. Yeah, he was one of them. He was at this pay-per-view, but Sam Shaw was playing him. So
Okay.
that's... By the way, his opponent is Douglas Williams.
Yep.
And basically this match goes... didn't impress me too much.
Won.
Douglas Williams wins because this kid gets distracted because Joey Ryan is seen in the crowd with his 87% sign.
Just give him his job, for Christ's sake.
The job. Although Al Snow seems to be close because he got sucker punched. And basically they ran through the stands. Anyways, Williams uses this distraction to punch him in the face, hit a running knee strike, then hits him with the Chaos Fury for the win. So yeah.
Yep.
And they basically talk about how Al Snow didn't see any of this. Didn't see the match. Sorry about that, because he got beat up.
Oh boy.
We are back with Austin Aries, and the four guys in this room are Rashad Cameron, Dakota Darso, Kenny King, and Sanjay Dutt.
So two that matter and two that really don't.
Now, Seema's Ion, for some reason, was also in there.
The pink elephant in the room.
Yeah, basically, they were making cases, and Sanjay said the only reason Zema Ion won is because he used his hair. Then
he used arrogance.
Focusing on Zema Ion basically is doing nothing. He says, "Take this poster of me and get the hell out."
And they also sent Rashad Cameron out too.
Yeah, he said, Bashar Cameron, go moon way out of here.
Yes, the Rashad Cameron Bowel movement.
Yeah. He's awesome. We then have, throughout the few minutes, we had previews of Chavo Guerrero showing up. People talking about, and my favorite being Bully Ray saying, "Hey, don't interview me." Anyways, it just me on the Chavo Guerrero being here. I don't care. Means another Guerrero I can bully.
But I don't remember him ever having interaction with Eddie.
I don't know. Yeah. Bully Ray is awesome. When he's like, "Dude, don't bother me while I'm twittering."
Don't bother me while I'm twittering. There's more important things for me to do. Anyway.
Guerrero makes his Impact debut. Comes to the ring.
A guy who debuts in TNA and doesn't name drop WWE.
He says he has been everywhere and has won titles in all continents. Has been won in all companies, but he has not won a title in TNA.
That's because you haven't wrestled there yet.
You also have not won a title in ROH, Chikara, freaking Mexico.
Those don't count. Nobody follows those.
So yeah, you did not win one in Mexico, and you haven't won a title in freaking Japan.
Revisionist history.
Which half of these guys in the TNA roster have done. Two of these
to mention that.
And champions. So yeah, Chavo.
Fail.
Yeah, fail. He's hot in the locker room, and he is there to beat the best of the best.
And he gets interrupted by Kid Cash.
It's almost time to be champion. I'm just waiting for Vader to show up at that point.
It's Chavo time.
Then Kid Cash and Gunner come out to interrupt him.
One of these things is not like the other.
His family must be wrestling royalty, but he wants to know where his family is. Kid Cash, he does all these stupid questions like, what kind of generation are you, Chavo? Like third, fifth, fourth?
He wants to know where his family is. Look down at the announce booth.
Yeah, Hector, his uncle Hector's at the Spanish announce table. Also, he's a generation if you can't figure that out. Let's see.
Cash is from Tennessee, so he's probably not that bright.
And Chavo Jr. 3. I almost like to count when I do 1, 2, 3. Anyways, he's not talking about the fans because they're government funded jerk offs. Thank you. And then his father is there. He asks if he's too old. He asks that it must be his back that hurts, or
is he too drunk?
Big one, because this is how Chavo Guerrero got kicked out of WWE. Chavo Guerrero Sr., Chavo Classic. He's a drunk.
Oh, is that why he got kicked out?
That's why Chavo Guerrero was kicked out of WWE. Missed the show because he was freaking drunk.
Hanging out with Scott Hall.
No, they were in Mexico.
Oh, some cerveza.
Yeah. Anyways, Chavo punches Kid Cash in the face. Then Gunner, Mr. Intensity, who's not doing a damn thing, decides double team.
He's just standing there.
Yep. Hernandez decides to turn face here and help out Chavo.
He was face when he faced Kid Cash at Slammiversary.
What?
Said he was face when he faced Kid Cash at Slammiversary, and he hasn't been seen since.
Devon, and he was acting heelish, so.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's on and off.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Kurt Angle is backstage with James Storm. Kurt says he knows Bobby Roode is full of crap, but he does need to know if he has any connection from the horse's mouth.
Or the horse's ass, but anyway.
Yeah. Storm says he knows that if he has a problem, he would deal with it face to face, and can take a beating if he needs to. Angle asks if he has back in case things get ugly, and Storm agrees. As Kurt walks away, but James Storm hangs his head as if there is something else bothering him.
Next.
Then go to the break and see Al Snow flipping out over Joey Ryan's antics. And Taz tells him to calm down, but Al gets angrier. Careful, Al Snow will maybe release head.
Oh, God. He's gonna blow his head.
Now, Tez, he had a good look at the talent, but he had a good look, but he can't discount Sam Shaw. Bruce Pritchard says they have to make a decision, and he is leaning one way, but they need to go out and get this done. Would think would be the next segment, the gut check challenge. Nope.
Next we have a match.
A really good one between AJ Styles and James Storm.
And of course, what happens when you get a good match?
Claire Lynch in the crowd with her frown. And I've been told her name is
Claire Lynch. Show some emotion.
Well, she looked pretty pissed off. Maybe that's some emotion.
Constipated face.
Yeah. Anyways, like any good Impact match, Aces and Eights.
Which is what I was alluding to.
Yeah. Basically, Aries looks like he's about to have the win. Aces and Eights runs in.
AJ
and the referee, but when James Storm starts waking up, they leave.
You mean AJ?
When I meant Storm. When Storm starts waking up, because they were
Aries instead of AJ.
Storm starts waking up, and because this was a no contest draw, we find out that both Storm and AJ will get 2 points each.
Wait, this is a no contest? I thought it was a DQ.
Double DQ or something. I don't know. It's a draw.
That's what I wrote in my recap. Shoot.
Yeah, it's a draw. So they get 2. So anyways, no word on whether the Angle Storm match was a draw. Since
it never happened.
Oh yeah, since that match never started, that didn't happen. So, oh well, this one did. Anyways, Jason Hervey asks obvious questions about they seem to be attacking everyone but you, and what's going on? Storm shoves him and says he better watch out what he says before accusing someone, and heads to the locker room in disgust.
Damn it, James, what are you doing?
Then we have the vote, and basically I would have said no, but
that's fine either.
Basically, Al Snow didn't really get to see him because of some asshole, and he really wants to vote yes just to piss Joey Ryan off, but he can't. So yeah, he said no. Bruce says Shaw has gone through a tough 2 weeks, and he made it through, so he's saying yes. And he will give Shaw
sympathy.
One more chance. Yeah, they give Shaw one more chance on the mic. Shaw says Taz calls himself the Bush League shooter. I don't remember him saying that. And he sees so he wants Taz to say yes so he can work with the best. Taz says Shaw lost the match, but he has to say yes. And Shaw explodes with excitement and thanks everyone. So yeah, freaking Lupus 2010 got signed.
Yay. Who's next?
Next up, we had Aries and the 3 guys.
This segment was amazing.
He's going over their nationalities and telling this him in 2 sentences. Sanjay said he separated his shoulder and still came close. Then Kenny King says he is like Emmett Smith and wants to run with it. Dakota Darso
Is your dad Russian? Is your dad Russian? What?
No, Dakota Darso was about to speak, but he says, "Is your dad Russian?" No, he was a Russian sympathizer. Oh, so Russian American. in the corp. I think what was it again? He was basically the his days in I think WCW.
He was Crusher Khrushchev.
Yeah, Corporal Khrushchev. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, Corporal Khrushchev. Yeah. Anyways,
I shouldn't know that because I wasn't alive at the time, but
Dakota says that he says that he brings something different. He's not flashy. Aries says, but the X Division is about Flash and Styles, so he is eliminated. Aries then tells him, say hello to his father for him.
How's the repo business going?
He mentioned that. Did he mention that? I forget.
Yes.
Yeah, the repo business. Good one.
Somebody's boning up on their history.
Yep. Aries tells King and Sanjay that there is one more cut to go.
And I thought that this...
You go to a commercial break. Aries tells Sanjay that he checked with the doctors and Sanjay's shoulder is not well. And that he'll get another shot, but it's Kenny's turn tonight. Of course.
Yes, Aries backing up his boys. His boy.
So Kenny King gets an X Division title shot and...
An okay match. A little short.
Zima sucked. Kenny was awesome. Kenny was about to win the
Zima always sucks. But anyway.
Yeah. Bobby Roode, who we thought left, back and beat up the kid before throwing him back in the ring. Zima Ion had the ref distracted, so he didn't see any of this. Then we see Zima Ion hit the moonsault for the win. So yeah, Zima Ion's still X Division champion.
Boo!
Through the match, Rude gets beat up, gets attacked by Aries, and he gets run off.
Yep.
Then we get Bully Ray backstage with Jason Hervey, and he says he's not worried about fighting aces and eights because they are going to get him they aren't going to get him any tournament points. He says he is the best in the world and he respects him, but he's going to have to run through him tonight.
Yep. And of course, the graphic for next week's Impact and then the main event. We
get to learn that next week's Impact main event will be Austin Aries and Kenny King. Basically, All Night Express except without Red Titus.
Right.
Versus
Bobby Roode and Zima Ion. That sounds like a lethal lottery pairing.
I think it's a pairing because basically...
What happened earlier tonight.
Happened earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it was a lethal lottery pairing, it'd be Bobby Roode and Kenny King versus...
And Claire Lynch.
And Austin Aries. Anyways, our main event was Bully Ray versus Kurt Angle. This was really good.
Yes.
And given a time.
It was about 9 minutes of TV time, so probably about 12 minutes of regular time.
Yeah. Anyways, Bully, basically near finishers, and it ended up with Kurt Angle able to hit the Angle Slam for the win. Immediately after the bell rings, Aces and Eights hits the ring, and they beat up Kurt Angle while Bully watches on the floor. AJ Styles, Sting, and Austin Aries run out to even things out, but they're still getting their rear ends kicked. But then James Storm's music hits, and he runs to the ring. Basically, when they see James Storm hit the ring, they all leave. They all book it, but James Storm still wants to fight. But because they saw James Storm in the ring and them leaving, Angle and Storm argue about what happened, and the show ends.
That's a little confusing.
Better show than last week.
Yep.
I thought. We had a 1 minute of Claire Lynch, thank God.
Yep.
Jeez. That's it.
Which means she'll be on for 10 next week.
Oh, God.
Well, we also didn't have Daniels and Kazarian this week. So.
Sure.
What?
I basically have mentioned in the chat that my opinion of the pictures is obviously AJ Styles is passed out.
She raped him.
She's smiling. So basically, she drugged and raped him. And those pictures pretty much can show that. Yeah, all those pictures you had of you smiling, AJ's passed out. AJ's not even conscious.
Yeah, exact. I hate to interrupt you. Here's the huge logic flaw. He is so unconscious, he got her pregnant.
He's that good, apparently.
No, hey, he might be unconscious, but other things are still working.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say this. Loki is going to claim gimmick infringement here at some point. He is the only person who can just lay next to a woman and impregnate her.
When did that happen?
He is. You've never heard these stories of the great Loki?
Nope.
Sadly.
Where can I find them?
Just do it. Just do an internet search for low-key urban legend. You'll find all kinds of things. This guy is so amazing. Chuck Norris stands in awe.
Yes.
So yeah, basically, yeah, on that issue, Claire Lynch might have implicated herself as a rapist. Which means...
We need the cast of Law and Order.
I mean, it doesn't matter that AJ is the father.
Dun dun.
It at all. AJ would get the kid, and you'd be spending time in prison.
Dun dun.
If AJ won. So, yeah. Good luck with that one, Claire.
Yep.
Anyways, that's the end of Impact. So, we have basically, the only thing that was new was Kurt Angle getting 7 points, and I gotta go back to check where he was before this night.
Joe's in first place, right?
Yeah, Joe's still in first place.
I think Angle might have been in fifth.
All right, wait a minute. There's 2 matches tonight. There were 2 matches tonight. One was a draw. The other was a victory for Kurt Angle. James Storm now has 45 points.
Yep.
And Kurt Angle is now ahead of both Jeff Hardy and Mr. Anderson with 34.
Okie dokie.
So AJ Styles is now broken the tie with Magnus as he has 16 points.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. Robbie E's still thankfully in last place because he didn't get a damn win. He got that 1 count out. Congratulations.
Yep. You got 5 points. Yay, you.
Yeah. Too bad Bubba got 7 that same night. You're still in last. But you won. You still ain't got a shot in hell of winning this damn thing.
You're gonna need a miracle, Robbie, and maybe some new clothes.
And just show up from 2010 to kidnap all the other competitors. And then win by default. So basically, do you have anything to sell?
Actually, I do. This Saturday night, Chikara presents The Great Escape in Portland, Maine. I might be going if I have a ride. I don't know yet. But anyway, I have the card in front of me. We have a Young Lions Cup 10 Eliminator, Main Zone Jivin' Jimmy and Cameron Matthews, as well as Anthony Stone and Chikara's Kobold will be involved in this. We have a first-time ever match as the Shard battles Sugar Dunkerton. We have Vavasaurs. I don't know who that is. Creations Collide. What?
Wink Vavasaurs direct butt in Chikara.
Okay, that's right, yes. We have 3.0 and Akuma, who teamed up recently on another show, against Soldier Ant, Combat Ant, and Deviant.
Yeah, basically it's his Chikara metrics.
We have Ophidian versus Frightmare. We have the the remnant of the BDK, Donston, Jacob, Hammermeyer, or Jakob, or whatever you prefer, against the Batiris, Oberian, and Kodama. We have Assailant versus Green Ant. We have an Awesome Atomico, as it'll be Quackenbush, Jigsaw, and Ultramantis Black and Hallow Wicked against the Campeonatos de Prejas, the Young Bucks, and the Heartthrobs.
Yeah, the Heartthrobs are back.
Yes, they're alive, actually, yeah. And then, of course, the main event, it's King versus Queen, as it's been billed in the preview videos they have. And it's for the Grand Championship. It's Eddie Kingston battles Sarah Del Rey.
Unfortunately, I believe Sarah Del Rey is probably going to lose this one because this is her last 2 days in Chikara.
I don't think she'll win this one. She might win on Saturday, and I'll quickly get to that card as well.
Because
as they're in Everett, Massachusetts this Saturday for Give 'em the Axe. And on this card, we have another 4-way for the final spot in the Young Lions Cup. I don't know how you pronounce this name, but it's ACH versus Vinny Marziglia versus JT Dunn versus Aaron Epic. We have the Batiri taking on 3.0 and Akuma. We have Ophidian taking on Sugar Dunkerton. Lost Ice Creams against Marty Jannetty and Green Ant.
Marty!
Jigsaw versus Jakob Hammermeyer. We have the Spectral Envoy, which is Ultramantis, Hollowick, and Frightmare, against Soldier Ant, Combat Ant, and Deviant. We have Del Rey versus Icarus, and we have the main event for the Campeonatos de Prejas, as it is the Young Bucks defending against the new team of the Throwbacks, which is Dasher Hatfield and Mark Angelo Scotti. Is that how you pronounce his name? Angelo Scotti.
Angelo Setti.
Yes.
And he is Mr. Touchdown.
Yes, I know that, because I've actually seen so much car stuff this year, but I just don't know how you pronounce his name.
By the way, did you hear the 13th team got announced for King of Trios?
Actually, that's coming up in September, isn't it?
I know,
I see teams announced.
Yeah, they announced the 13th team.
They announced a bunch of teams.
Yeah, there's going to be more, of course, because I normally think there's going to 16.
We have Team Sandai, which is the girls that were on the shows in May.
Chisako, Maiko Setamura, Sendai,
Sachiko. We have Osaka Pro, which is Kikataro and Ebasan, who I thought were the same person. And
actually, Kikataro and Ebasan. This is the third Ebasan he's teaming with.
And Takayaka TDA. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Tako Yakita.
And we have the Faces of Fear, which is Ming, the Warlord, and the Barbarian.
It's a pain. It's a fear. It's a mix of Faces of Fear, Powers of Pain.
Oh, yes, very good. Mike Quackenbush, Jigsaw, and Minami Toyota, which I believe they were in last year's King of Trios. As well.
The Swarm.
Which is the Combat Ant, the Deviant, and the Soldier Ant. We have Ring of Honor's team, which is the Young Bucks and Mike Bennett, although I doubt Maria will be there. We have Team JWP, and I'm going to try my best with these names. Commando, Bolshoi, Tazubasa, Kuragaki, and Kaori Yonyama. And we have the Throwbacks, which is Matt Classic, which is, of course, Cabana, Dasher Hatfield, and Mark Angelo Setti.
Yeah, no Dasher Hatfield. He's pretty upset about that.
You mean no Sugar Dunkerton?
Yeah, Sugar Dunkerton, that's who. Yeah, sorry.
Spectral Envoy, yes. Ultramantis, Frightmare, Hollowicked. The Batiri, which is, of course, Obarian, Kodama, and Kobold. And Fist, who are Taylor, Gargano, and Icarus. And Team Extreme, which is Jerry Lynn, Scorpio, and Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
This is an interesting-looking tournament.
Yeah, too bad I'm not going to be there, really. I thought about it, but in the end I decided to go with something else, and I can probably go there next year if it's not in Philadelphia.
I'd go if I had someone to bring me.
Sorry, I will never set foot in Philadelphia for many reasons.
No, huh? I'm actually going to a show in Rhode Island in a couple weeks, so...
Ah, cool.
Yeah. A friend of mine invited me out.
Yeah.
What?
We, like usual, have nothing to sell. So, that is this show.
That is all, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Porky.
Good night.
And we're signing off.